For the next part, we're going to do is take a look at what happens if you want to print something off as a result of a incorrect password entry. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to do Command Control / and comment it out. And we'll do a hashtag and we'll do password checker version 2. Okay. And for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We'll do a welcoming print at Lanane Security Systems. We'll do an input, same as above. Enter your password. Except this time, okay, what we'll do is, I forgot to put in my password equals input. There we go. Okay. And so this time, if we'll do next password equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our super secret safe password, colon, and then underneath, we could do print access granted. All right, now here's the other part that we can do. So we have an if statement here written just like above, and I forgot a double equal sign. Whoops. Python would have complained if I left that there. Okay, so if password equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, print access granted. Now, if I want to run something as a result of them entering the wrong password, no matter what it is, I can tell them so by doing simply else. I put a colon, and then I can print access denied. Okay. And so what the difference is here is that if the password is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the program is going to grant or print access granted just like before. But now it's going to print access denied if it's false. So let's run it. We'll enter in some characters here, and we see access denied. Okay. So how do you write these? If the condition is false, all right. So if the statement's true, okay. Well, no matter what, if or else, exactly one of these lines is going to run, either this print statement or this print statement. It's either A or B, option A or B. You can't run both. Okay. If the statement's true, then the block immediately following the condition is going to be executed. So if this is true, this bit of text here will run. And otherwise, if this is not true, it'll go to the next line, which is else. And it will do a check there. Basically, or with else, any other option is going to run, which is going to be access denied, which works well for a password program. Basically, you don't want to have multiple passwords that can grant access to whatever you're trying to keep secret. So we only want one of those to work, right? And so you can always create an option B by writing an else, making sure that it's not indented, making sure it's in the unindented line of or the same indent as the if statement right above. Okay, they have to match. You can't indent this. If you try to put this inside here, it will complain. Okay. So let's run this, and oh yeah, we did it. We did access denied. So it did run. Everything works fine. Okay. The else clause must be in the same block as the corresponding if, meaning that they have to be indented the same. You could put this inside of a function. That'd be fine. We could wrap this inside of a function. Define checker. And we can indent both of these over one. And that would be fine. As long as they're indented to the same space, right? So we have, let's see, one indent here, one indent there. As long as they line up, the program will run just fine. Okay, that's the only caveat. Okay, and that is it for if-else statements. So we've wrote a program, simple program that checked for input and granted access if the person, what they entered, matched our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We went through all the different comparison operators, and now we've gone over if-else. So we've done an else statement to check to see, or given the computer a set of instructions to carry out if the person guesses wrong. So in this case, if they enter the incorrect password, we're going to print them out something. We're going to say access denied. Do you have to have an else statement? No. And in this case, the person would just maybe go back to the input statement, or there's numerous things we could do with that person if they didn't guess it right. We don't need to write an else statement for that. But what else, should you write an else or not, maybe ask yourself this question. Do you want to control what happens to that person if they guess wrong? Do you want to control your program once that condition is false, or if that condition is false? If you do want to have that control over explicitly saying, okay, I want you to do this then, if it's false, do this, then yeah, add an else statement. Okay, we're going to see that in a couple of programs coming up, where we're going to have else statements in case things don't match. We want to have control over our program and what happens afterwards. But for you writing it on your own, if you want to write any of these things, yeah, you just say, do you want to have control? Yes. Okay, I'm going to add an else statement. All right. So that wraps up today, and next time we'll take a look at adding, besides options A or B, right, if or else, there's third options we could add, which are else ifs. And these are going to provide us the opportunity to add in multiple different statements, and we'll take a look at that in the next lesson.